This is just a post-production edit. About halfway through this video, I did try to switch to full screen to see if it'd be faster with the FPS so I could run 3-speed with it looking pretty well. It did not work. It seems the full screen was even worse, and it made my voice kind of staticky. So I did cut out some parts of the second half. I'm sorry about that. I will show the parts that look okay. It was a huge battle in the Balkans. They cut me off all the way down almost. I did reinforce the Balkans, and you'll see what the outcome is. Good or bad, I'm not going to spoil it. One thing I do want to touch on is Japan. I did talk about this in previous episodes, but they have 400 divisions. So just because I killed the US, it doesn't mean the game's over. And NATO, Japan's not in NATO. They just have an international coalition of like all the remnants of the rest of the world. And I'm going to say that China went for world peace, and then the national, the communists and all the migrators just came to Japan and built up the island. So this is going to be a great final boss. I'm going to use nukes. I have these attackums. What is it called? These palletized ALCMs that can carry nuclear bombs. So I'm going to launch cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, nukes. Have my land combat support, amphib, helicopter operators. And this is going to be a great final boss after NATO's finished. Episode 18. This is the budget screen. I did lower the spending on a few things they said they didn't want anymore. Education and administrative. Because our population is going up, we're in charge of, let's see, 1.7 billion people now. This is $310 billion, not trillion. $310 billion deficit a week. We just got to keep expanding. I have 310 offices. I need to try to double my industry here, so I got to make moves in the Balkans region. There has been naval invasion. They had this little section from the beginning of the war. I just forgot about it. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of all this without me having to send troops. This northern one's going to be harder because they actually have supply in a port. I think they've had this from the beginning. I'm not sure. Netherlands, yeah, I think they start with that. India, I had to redo my fronts. My guys pushed all the way to their battle plans, so I made new battle plans here. I'm still stationary on this eastern Iran front. In the Middle East front, I'm making small progresses. They did take this tile, but I didn't have a battle plan because I couldn't gain one when I was on this tile. It wouldn't work for some reason. So I'm going to cancel these guys from attacking. Now I have battle plans. Hit them from both directions. Yeah, I got to get some CAS and some air support in this air zone. See what I can do. I really need to turn off all my missiles. I'm losing so many missiles. They're just firing randomly at different stuff, but I'm really not worried about the missile part. I just want to clear up in India first, then I might do some adjustments with my missiles. I am getting these palletized ALCMs, which are really good for my strat bombers. Huge naval attack and strategic bombing. I can put nukes on them for later on. I need to start pumping out these attack submarines to fight their submarines so I can actually have naval superiority around and see where their navies are at, just all around the world, just to see where it's red, where I can go and cause some havoc. I got to get my carriers to 2025, which I'll do in the research slot when I can. Getting these kinetic operation suits, these are really cool. Plus 10% breakthrough. You can read this if you want. I'm not going to read it at the moment. My construction, I'm just building up all the Balkans in preparation for when all my armies come there. I need to expand my GDP. I need to take out their economies here and add to my economy. So I'm going to go here with my armies next. Yeah, I can't dislodge these guys in this northwest section, which is really bad. This section is looking a lot better. The French front, trying to cut them off, which I am doing. I'm pinning them. I make my way and try to keep making progress here. I need an army group to probably come help us out over here. So I'm going to think about sending troops across the ocean, but I'm pretty hesitant to do so. I'm going to send a relief force from India of 9 divisions. Try to get all the way over here and help out. 9 is probably a little bit too low, but it's what I'm going to do for now. Balkans, I'm just holding. I really just need to get India wrapped up, so I'm gonna micro around and just check every so often the rest of the fronts. See what I can do here. Take the supply hub. My divisions are just kind of, yeah, I gotta get them in position before I make any major moves. I don't know why these guys won't go faster. Just really slow at doing their battle plans. They're moving, but some of them are just standing around, not doing anything. Kind of frustrating. Might take one of my tank groups and just send them down here. Naval invasion. They're naval invading all around here. Probably need to get some aircraft in this region. Yeah, there's 1,300 fighters in here, so I need to see what they're doing and make sure I don't get naval invaded. Killer killed over Eastern Med Sea. One of Islamic Emirates of Egypt's most famous multi-role fighter aces, Jafar Killer Abu Trika, has gone down in the line of duty. That's a pretty cool pop-up. Lost base war support. They have started to put their planes up again in the Balkans. I'm winning 10 to 19, but it's not looking as good as it could. In India, I did shift my air regions. Looks like there's only a few bombers here, so I'm not too worried about it. There's no air in the eastern Iran region, so that's a positive for sure. I really want to get rid of this Bahrain, but I'm gonna let them gain some more planning first. I need to make some moves and push down this supply hub. Yeah, in Hyderabad in India. Let's make some moves. 222 should be fine. Let's make some moves. Naval invasion, you can try. Yeah, they're trying to naval invade this port. I do have 2,500 defense. My experience level is small though. Get rid of this division. Oh, I can't. Let's try. I gotta get some cast in that region for sure now. I'm making some decent progress in India. I just wish for these small tiles they wouldn't just stand around. They would just take it by themselves without me having to tell them to do so. That's just Hoi4, I guess. Get rid of this. Free my divisions up. I might start bringing people to other fronts like right now. I think this is overkill as far as what's left in India. India's on its last legs. The south and the northeast. I'm gonna switch over real quick to South America. I did bring some more casts in here. I know they're gonna be here in a little while. I cut these guys off, which is really good. They might break out pretty soon. Guys keep going to the ports, which is fine, I guess. I got 9 divisions on the way. And here we go. I got more casts coming. I need more airports. They're landing more divisions. I'm gonna get cut off here. India's gone. Let me try to. I'm gonna readjust all my troops from India. I gotta get an army here as soon as possible in South America. I want to see if I can take Bahrain now. I'm going to work on it. 2, 3. Then 2. No, still not working. Let's see what my exceeding combat with a naval penalty. Okay, now it's a naval penalty. Probably not going to work here. Not counting 2 tiles of attack. Additional attacks, maybe it is. At 266 it should be. They're really bombing heavy in Egypt itself. I'm gonna check my repairs. That's a long list. Not looking well. I keep losing ace pilots over this sea zone. This is the attack helicopter design I'm going for. It's the most beefed up you could possibly get, to be honest. I did take off one of the 30% reliability for the 20% reliability, so it's only 112 instead of like 130. I do have a bunch of reliability bonus, and in my tank doctrine, I did go through for the plus 15% reliability bonus. So I just have a tank company in there. It'll have like 50% reliability bonus, and if you take like 0.44 plus 0.75, it's around 100%, so I'm not too worried about it, my reliability. You gotta take that, times it together, and then plus back the original reliability, what it would be. I am losing $361 billion. I'm losing about like $5 trillion a year. See, my GDP is, make sure I say this right, $84 trillion of GDP. My debt's at $55 trillion. I wanted to check the war. I lost 141,000. They've lost 1.16 million so far. They do have like 2.4k factories. I have 1,000 factories. They have around 900 divisions. I have 440 divisions. Their fielded manpower is around 4.5 million. Mine's around 3.7 million. So it is pretty close there, but you gotta keep in mind about most of my army, or about 1 million of my army, are my regular army, which are not very good, but they're not bad either. I'll show you real quick in case you've missed a few episodes. Yeah, these guys are nothing that bad. But the only thing about them is I don't have any specialized equipment for them for the most part. I don't think I'd have any specialized equipment at all for them. Yeah, I do have infantry. This is the only thing I have specialized, is they have IFV inf, but they have foreign equipment that can fill that role as well. Let's check out one of their divisions and just see what it has. Okay, it has pretty much all foreign equipment, main battle tanks. It has it has 78 out of the 80 IFV infs. So I was on full screen. I tried full screen out instead of windowed, and it was like staticky. So if I cut some stuff out, that's the reason why. I don't know why my windowed mode works better than my full screen mode, but it does, just because I've always had it windowed, usually all the time. So I do apologize for that. I am taking Budapest now. I took Sofia, Bulgaria. I am cleaning this up. Then they pushed so hard. They pushed all the way down here. It was this huge gap. I was about to lose everything, and I turned it around. Not everything, but it wasn't that dire, but it was pretty dire. It lose probably 10 divisions around there. Lost 400k. They've lost almost 2 million now, and it's about to be more. I need to put my patrol fleet on engage at low risk. Everything else looks pretty good. Main fleet's repairing. I need to increase the supply. It looks like the supply is not doing too bad. I just gotta micro this more. Supply's not the best here. I need to get these guys off of my shores. Off of the shores. And then here, I'm gonna make a push and just take out Bulgaria and take out Greece. Just so I can cover this. The southeast will just be under control. The Iran front's looking really good. I need to meet these guys together and probably push in this line up here and cut this in half. And then is Azerbaijan in NATO? No, just up here is all he has left. And then I can push northeast and then take out Turkmenistan. And I think that's all he has here. Yeah, take out Turkmenistan, and this is all cleaned up here. And I can focus on invading Europe and getting my interest rate down and more factories and just start taking out Europe.